I woke up remembering a funeral I'd never attended. Then, I found the obituary. The victim died 7 days ago. I woke up tasting copper and knowing exactly where Margaret Holloway kept her spare key. Under the third flower pot from the left, the one with the chipped rim. I'd never met Margaret Holloway. I didn't even know that name until I searched for it that morning, hands shaking as I typed. The obituary loaded slowly. Margaret Holloway, 72, died 7 days ago in her sleep. The accident was minor, a fender bender at a red light, nothing dramatic. I walked away with a headache and a prescription I never filled. But that night, the dreams started. Not my dreams, someone else's memories, fully formed and impossible to shake. I remembered Margaret's daughter visiting on Sundays, the specific creak of her third stair, the way afternoon light cut through her kitchen window at 4:15 exactly. Details I couldn't have invented. I told myself it was coincidence. Trauma does strange things to the brain. But the next night, I was someone else entirely. A man named David Chen who collected vintage watches and feared his brother. When I searched his name the following morning, my stomach dropped. David Chen, 47, died in a house fire 7 days before the dream. That's when I started the document. Names, dates, details I couldn't possibly know. Every dream mapped to someone who died exactly 1 week earlier. I verified 13 of them. 13 strangers whose final days I experienced in sleep, whose private moments I inherited like unwanted heirlooms. I stopped sleeping for 3 days, but exhaustion won eventually. The 14th dream was different. I was standing in a church I recognized, St. Luke's, 2 miles from my apartment. Faces I knew. My sister in the front pew, her eyes red. My best friend, Mark, giving a eulogy, his voice breaking on my name. I watched my own funeral from the back of the room, unable to move, unable to speak. The flowers were white lilies. I hate white lilies. I told my sister that a dozen times. When I woke, I checked the date obsessively. If the pattern held, if this dream followed the same 7-day rule, then I had died yesterday. But I was alive, breathing. The math didn't work unless I hadn't died yet. I called my sister, asked her as casually as I could manage what flowers she'd choose for my funeral. She laughed nervously, asked if I was feeling okay. White lilies, she finally said, they're elegant. I hung up before she could ask why it mattered. 6 days now. I've tried everything. Stayed home, avoided cars, checked every appliance twice. But the details from that dream keep surfacing in my waking life like prophecy. Mark cancelled our dinner plans. He's flying in for a family thing next week. My sister bought a black dress yesterday. I saw it hanging in her car. The church sent me a billing reminder for a venue deposit I never made, dated for next Tuesday. I'm writing this because I need someone to understand the order of events. I didn't dream the future. I dreamed someone's memory of my funeral. Someone who attended. Someone who was there. Which means somewhere, someone is living today with the memory of burying me tomorrow. They're walking around right now, carrying the next 7 days in their head. And, in their version of events, I'm already gone. The white lilies arrived this morning. No card, no return address. I didn't order them. So tonight, when you close your eyes, ask yourself, whose life are you really living? If this unsettled you, subscribe for more stories that blur the line between memory and dream.